Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is Battle Action Volume 3, Number 2. This has been a really interesting series, very entertaining, out by Rebellion. It generally has had 2 stories within each issue. Volume 3 is a little bit different with some small details, and I'll get to that in a bit. So the first story is Johnny Red, A Couple of Heroes, Part 2, by Garth Ennis, Keith Burns, Jason Wordie, and Rob Steen. And then there's HMS Nightshade by John Wagner, Dan Cornwell, Matt Soffe, and Rob Steen. Now, where this is kind of throws me off is part of the reason I really liked the previous volumes of Battle Action is they went into details about what was within. So it either gave you maybe some details about specific actions that it told stories of as far as like war stories, or it gave some history of the comics themselves. Volume 3, for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason is just not doing that. That little bit of nuggets, this little bit of information isn't present. And I gotta say, like, it kind of stinks. I actually liked the educational aspects of it. I'm not an expert in war. I'm not expert in tanks or planes or any of that stuff. I appreciate stories with it, but I don't have the depth of knowledge, and I definitely don't have the depth of knowledge of war comics. So I thought it was actually really cool in the previous volume when it would show all that, would tell about that, tell the history of the stories, and tell a little bit about like what the story is kind of based on, and all. Like, to me, that's really, really neat. But it hasn't been here, so that's kind of a bummer. Still, the 2 stories within are really, really solid. So the Johnny Red story is an old someone that he knew has come back. Like, I don't know the history here, but I know Johnny Red was a RAF pilot, is now flying for the Soviets. So there's a lot of history there that's kind of teased and shown, and it actually does a really good job of catching up readers. The other part of it is about that the HMS Nightshade is awesome. So it's just a straight up story of a ship, supply ship, or part of supply chain of ships, and it getting separated and having to go up against, I'm guessing this like German battleship, destroyer, I don't know what the proper term is, and it's really tense, it's really good, and it's a survivor of this ship reflecting and telling stories about this engagement. I think it's awesome. It's a one and done story. There's no part 2, there's no lead up to it, you can just dive in and enjoy it. To me, that's fantastic. I absolutely love that. Like, I would love a graphic novel anthology, like, just filled with stories like that. You can just dive in and appreciate it. Art continues to be fantastic. I think both of these it has some, like, amazing art to it. The Johnny Red is really, really good, but the HMS Nightshade, to me, is what really, really stands out. There's some great tension in it, and I would guess like a really, really well done attention to detail. Like, to me, both of them feel like they're really good in getting small little bits about the planes or the boats and all that like down. So for me, with little knowledge, it comes off as awesome. It's really good. It's entertaining. It's such a fantastic issue, and continues to be a fantastic series. If it just had all that like little bit of history, it would be freaking awesome. But it's still entertaining. It's great art, great storytelling. If you are into like really tense reading or like good war comics, check it out. You can almost get this issue on its own and just appreciate it. You don't necessarily need to pick up the first issue at all for the Johnny Red story. So you can go get this out in shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, most likely. So we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site. So thanks. And speaking of support, just watch our video, support us as always. So thank you for that. If you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games. you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.